Good morning, students. The computer network. Previously, we have seen a YSA layer. That is the YSA model. This class, we discuss about the TCP/IP protocol. So it is another model. The TCP/IP protocol was developed prior to the YSA model. It was developed prior to YSA model, and hence the layers in the TCP/IP protocol do not exactly match with the YSA model. So it has 5 layers: physical and data link layers, network layer, transport layer, and application layer. Whereas the OSI model consists of physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer, and application layers. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. So this is the TCP/IP protocol showed. Here, physical and data link layer. This is host to network. That is the network to network connection. And then the network layer. This is a internet. Okay. Here we define the IP. Then transport layer, transmission control protocol, and user datagram protocol. Then these 3 layers are combined as application layer. Okay. There is the session, presentation, and application. And this layer has various protocols. For example, file transmission protocol, hypertext transmission protocol, telnet, then simple mail transfer protocol, so like that. Okay. The TCP/IP is a hierarchical protocol of which provides a specific functionality, but the modules are not necessarily independent. These are not independent. Okay. This protocol contains independent protocols that can be mixed and matched depending on the need of the system. So these are the independent protocols that can be mixed. Okay. So at transport layer, TCP/IP defines 3 kind of protocols. There is a transmission control protocol, TCP, then user datagram protocol, and then SCTP, that is the stream control transmission protocol. Okay. These 3 protocols are used at the transport layer. Then at the network layer, the main protocol defined by TCP/IP is the internetworking protocol, that is the IP. The IP has various protocols, that is ARP, address resolution protocol, then RARP, reverse address resolution protocol, then IGMP, Internet Group Message Protocol, then ICMP, Internet Control Message Protocol. Okay, all these protocols detailed we study in the Unit 5. Now let us see a overlook of this TCP/IP. Then the physical and data link layers. This one, the physical and data link layer. Here, the TCP/IP does not define any specific protocols. That is, it supports all standard protocols. A network in TCP/IP internet network can be local area network, or it may be a wide area network. Okay, here there is no specific we defined. We can use all standard protocols. Okay, it may be a local area network or wide area network. So at network layer, the TCP/IP should support the internetworking protocol, that is the IP. The IP uses 4 supporting protocols: ARP, RARP, ICMP, and IGMP. The internetworking protocol, that is the IP, is the transmission mechanism used by TCP/IP protocol. The IP provides no error checking or tracking. The IP transport the data in packets. That is, the data message or data can be divided into packets. And these packets are called the datagrams. Each datagram is transported separately. The datagrams can travel along different routers. It may be transmitted on various routers. That can arrive out of sequence. The internet protocol does not keep track of the routes, but has no facility for reordering datagram once they arrive at the destination. Then first one is ARP, Address Resolution Protocol. Okay. The ARP used to associate a logical address with physical address. Okay. So logical address with physical address. For example, we take a LAN. Each device on a link is identified by a physical or station address. Every station in the LAN has an address that is called the physical address, which is printed on the network interface card, that is the NIC. Network interface card is there. Its address is printed on this card. So the ARP is used to find the physical address of the node when its internet address is known. Then second one is RARP, that is the Reverse Address Resolution Protocol. Reverse Address Resolution Protocol. So this protocol allows a host to discover its internet address when it knows only its physical address. Okay, when the physical address is known, then it discovers the internet address. It is used when computer is connected to a network for the first time, or when a computer is booted. Okay. So that is the use of the RARP. Then another protocol is IGMP, Internet Group Message Protocol. Okay. So this protocol is used to facilitate the simultaneous transmission of a message to the group of receivers. Okay. So a group of receivers can receive the message simultaneously. And then ICMP, So Internet Control Message Protocol. So this is a mechanism used by the host and gateway to send notification of datagram problem back to the sender. Okay. That is the ICMP sends query and error reporting message. If there is any error or query, then it reports. Okay. So these are the internet or network, that is the IP protocol. Then we come to transport layer. Transport layer consists of three kinds of protocol. The first one is a TCP. And the second one is a UDP. Then SCTP. The Stream Control Transmission Protocol provides support for newer application. Okay, this is support for the newer applications such as voice over the internet. So voice over the internet is used by SCTP. Then we come to UDP, User Datagram Protocol. It is a simpler of two standard TCP/IP transport protocol. So it is a process-to-process protocol that adds only port address, then checksum, then error control, and the length information to the data from the upper layer. Okay. So it uses the checksum. The checksum is mainly used for error correction, no, not error correction, error detection. Okay. Then TCP, that is the Transmission Control Protocol. The TCP is a connection oriented. A connection must be established between both the end of the transmission before either they can transmit the data. So it is a connection oriented. So at the sending end of each transmission, the TCP divides a stream of data into smaller unit called segments. The message or data can be divided into smaller units, that is the segments. And each segment includes a sequence number for reordering after receipt together with the acknowledgement number for a segment received. It also includes the acknowledgement number. The segments are carried over the network inside of the IP datagram. Okay, inside the IP datagram, the segments are transmitted. Okay, so at the receiving end, the TCP connect each datagram as it comes and reorder the transmission based on the sequence number. So reassembling the segments, various segments are arrived, and then the TCP reassemble the segments, and then it is sent to the application layer. Okay. Then the topmost layer here is a application layer. So here we define many protocol, various protocols we used. One of the famous protocol is a HTTP, Hypertext Transmission Protocol, then File Transmission Protocol, domain namespace, telnet, remote login, etc., which is used in the application protocol. Okay. Let me see. in the unit 5, all this. Then, so this is the difference of the OSI reference model and the TCP IP model. Okay. So the OSI model has physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, sessions layer, presentation layer, and then application layer. Whereas the TCP has the network interface, then network, transport, and applications. Okay. Therefore, the data link and physical and data link layers are used as a single layer network interface. Then there is a network layer, separate network layer, as like in the OSI, like that. There is a separate transport layer, as like in the OSI, and the application, presentation, session. These are combined as a single layer. There is the application layer. Okay. So this is the OSI. And this is the TCP. So actually the TCP is a standard that defines how to establish and maintain a network conversation through which the application program can exchange the data. This TCP works with the Internet Protocol, which defines how the computer sends packets of the data to each other. So this is the OSI layers. Now you see the difference of OSI and TCP IP model. Okay. Thank you, students.